Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Look out, St. Lucia, because the Cultural Development Foundation, in collaboration with the Castries City Constituency Council, has unveiled major plans to bring the joy back to the Christmas season with the launch of the December festivals. Rochelle Gonzalez tells us more in this report.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, thanks to the launch of the December Festivals, a joint effort between the Cultural Development Foundation and the Castries City Constituency. During a Thursday morning press launch, plans for the month's festivities were unveiled, and the organizers are seemingly looking to go back to the good old days. Executive Director of the CDF, Ramona Henry Wine, said the organization has recognized that all good things take time, and it is in this vein to keep introspecting and taking stock of what they do in order to find innovative avenues and/or strategies to guide their processes. She continued on to say that the goal of the CDF is to impact as many lives as possible, and since this cannot be achieved on their own, they sought to collaborate with other agencies and like-minded organizations and individuals to champion the movement in the arts and the culture.
We strive to innovate our offerings by finding new ways of preserving what is authentically St. Lucian whilst embracing the new. That's where we can remain current, relevant, and attractive, especially to our youth who have been, in recent times, the movers and shakers in the industry. The CDF has taken a critical look at the lantern training and competition, and in the coming months, we will develop a new strategy to incorporate a revised approach to lantern making training that will create a greater spectacle of the competition and the lantern parade at Festival of Lights.
Meanwhile, Councillor of the CCC, Lindell Brown, said the organization is not one to be bested, and so they have decided to go all out to ensure that December is a memorable and epic month. Of the many plans in store for the season, he said, one will be the lighting up of every park and roundabout in and around the city.
Council is also taking it one step further, if the CDF will allow me. After the Festival of Lights is over, we are doing a boulevard jam, and we're trying to reintroduce the Juve. We'll also be hosting National Day activities. We're reintroducing the Greasy Pole and Greasy Pig, which will be held George V Park. We will be doing a skateboard exhibition. The Fishermen's Cooperative has come on board. They will be reintroducing the canoe races on December 13th. The bicycle races will take off at 2 p.m. and from 4 until midnight we will be putting on a big show featuring different genres of music, from soul singers. We'll be having various steel orchestras, calypsonians, soca artists, and of course Denridge segment. We're also trying to get the Derrick Yard Project to end that show on the 13th. So look for a fun-filled December from CDF and from the Castries Constituency Council.
CDF's Senior Events and Production Manager Tyrone Harris gave details on the highly anticipated Festival of Lights, which he said will be different this year as to allow St. Lucians to enjoy the full experience.
Our aim is to try to get this activity attended by the general public. Over the years, we've noticed that the attendance is mainly from the participants and, of course, some of the family members. But we do believe that there is a huge spectacle to be had from the lantern competition. The criticism that we get on the night of the Festival of Lights ceremony is that persons don't see the lanterns in the glory because we are unable to control the atmosphere at the Derrick Walker Square as much as we would like. So if you really want to appreciate the glory of those lanterns, you need to come to the Cultural Center where we have control of the environment. The hall is in pitch darkness, and you could really see the features of these lanterns coming out.
Presentation of the lanterns will commence at 2 p.m. Reporting for Hot 7 Nightly News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
Thank you, Rochelle. Senator Fortuna Belrose says there is still much work to be done to advance the cause of arts and culture, but says the government and various stakeholders are on the right track. She points to the recently held Arts and Heritage Festival as a prime example of where the administration has seen growth and development of the arts.
We were able to realize significant improvement in terms of the way St. Lucians responded to our local produce, because you saw more of our local fashion, you saw a lot of our food, our cuisine coming through, and there were people making a conscious effort to actually speak the Creole language, you understand, during that time. Granted, it's not enough, we still have a lot of work to do, but then that's the object of celebrations like this, you know, to put us in the mood where we can begin to appreciate and understand what we have.
The ministerial portfolios were realigned on the 1st of November, grouping the cultural and creative industries under the tourism portfolio. The government has said the move is anticipated to augur well for the exponential growth of the cultural and creative industries sector. A committed and talented group of young people will stage a play that they say will not only entertain the audience, but will expose them to themes surrounding human relationships and sexually transmitted infections, in particular HIV. The play, titled In Half an Hour So Much Can Change, was written by famed St. Lucian writer Kendall Hippolyte.
Romance, drama, education. In Half an Hour So Much Can Change is the play that will bring it all. The piece is highly anticipated given that it is written by one of St. Lucia's foremost creative writers, Kendall Hippolyte. Producer Herland Peter says a team of young people are coming together to bring the play to life.
The production team actually started work on this production more than a year ago, actually. And the play focuses on different themes, such as, in particular, HIV and AIDS, and a bit of a romance element as well. And the production is going to take place at the National Cultural Center, November 10th, 7:30 p.m. And we urge St. Lucians to come support young talent, a strong team who are going to present a great production for you.
Peter says being part of the creative industries, in particular the performing arts, is a challenge within itself. He is focused on creating viable opportunities for young people to follow their dreams and earn a living doing what they love.
What we're trying to also achieve from doing this event is create employment for young persons interested in acting, dancing, that kind of thing. So when we provide employment, it will basically encourage other persons to go into that sector, and ultimately we will have a domino effect. So luckily we are even partnering with Joel Morris to reinforce in St. Lucian minds that this is something you can get into. The performing arts, it is lucrative, and once done properly, persons can be paid and it can work out well.
Joel Morris is a well-known social media personality who created the character Cecilia. His comedic videos have gone viral many times. As a marketing consultant for the play, he says it's important that youth have these opportunities, but ultimately he says it begins with passion and a willingness to try.
In my experience, I didn't know. You never know what the response will be. I didn't think it would have been a good response. So I just didn't think about it. I just said, okay, let me just do it. That's how I started.
The play, In Half an Hour So Much Can Change, will be staged at the National Cultural Center on November the 10th, 2018. Tickets cost $35.
This is the Hot 719 News. Do stay with us.